You're in a team meeting, your manager looks around and asks for input. You have a very great idea, which actually is a solution to the problem. But when you open your mouth to say something, you say, maybe, possibly, I think. These are very, very weak words, and your brilliant idea just got buried under a mountain of hesitation. And honestly, people will stop listening because they'll think you're unsure of what you're talking about. But today, I'm going to show you one simple phrase that can make everything sound more confident, authoritative, every single time you use this phrase. Welcome back to the Practical Business English Lab. Today, we're covering one phrase that transforms a suggestion into a strategic recommendation. Let's get right into it. Now, here's the problem. Many people who are really talented, they've got the experience, they've got great ideas, usually fall in this trap. We call it the weak language, and in linguistics, we call this hedging. Well, hedging may be good, but hedging in a professional setting is not good. These are phrases like kind of, sort of, perhaps, maybe, I think. So why do we do this? Usually we hedge because we want to sound more polite. We don't want to sound too bossy or aggressive. But in a business setting, it could be a disadvantage to you. It may make you sound unsure of yourself. And when you're unsure of yourself, it is really difficult for people to buy your ideas. So what exactly do you have to do? You have to master this one phrase that I'm going to give you. And this phrase is based on data, based on my experience, based on what I've learned from the last projects. This phrase does magic. It takes your opinion and gives it a foundation. So you aren't guessing, you aren't just thinking something might work. You are actually building on evidence. So you're showing the room that you've thought it through. Let's look at the transformation. Before, I think maybe we should change the marketing strategy. After, based on Q3 data, we should change the marketing strategy. Do you feel the difference? The second version is more professional and decisive. So you aren't asking for permission, you're actually presenting a recommendation backed by facts. Let's see the different ways we can use this phrase, based on. 1. Based on data. Use this when you've got numbers or research. Based on the data from our last quarter, I recommend we increase the digital ad budget. So here you're letting the numbers do the talking. You're not guessing. 2. Based on my experience. Use this when you've got something to draw from. I mean your professional background. Based on my experience working with similar clients, I think we'll face challenges with this timeline. This shows you are an expert and you're drawing from your experience. 3. Based on past learnings. Based on what we learned from the Johnson project, we should involve the legal team earlier. So here you're showing the team that you learn from mistakes and you don't want them to repeat the same mistake. And our last phrase is based on customer feedback. Based on customer feedback, the number one request is a faster checkout. So you aren't pushing your opinion, you're advocating for the users. Now, here is a very, very important tip for you. When you use based on, you have to be very specific. Don't just say based on data. That is too vague. Say based on the Q2 sales report or based on the user research we carried out in September. Being specific gives your information or ideas more weight. And honestly, when you start using this phrase, you'll always notice that you start thinking more strategically before you speak. So you'll always ask yourself, okay, what am I basing on to say this? So this makes you much more of a high-value contributor. You aren't just sharing opinions, but you're rather sharing informed insights. Let's look at how this sounds in real situations. Situation 1, improving productivity. So instead of saying, maybe we should have fewer meetings, say, based on time tracking data, we're spending 15 hours a week in meetings. So I recommend we reduce stand-ups by 30%. Situation 2, challenging a timeline. Instead of saying, I feel like this might be tight, say, based on the website redesign project, similar scopes took 8 weeks, not 6, so I recommend extending the deadline. Situation 3, proposing a new feature. Instead of maybe we could add a chat feature, say, based on customer surveys, 68% of users want live chat. I propose we pilot this with our top accounts first. Great! This one phrase based on is your fastest way to sound more confident in meetings. Here is my challenge for you today. In your next meeting, I want you to use this phrase at least once. Then come back here and leave a comment. It would be really nice to read those comments. Perfect. If you want more practical English phrases like this that you can use in your workplace, remember to like, share, and subscribe. In our next video, we'll be covering professional ways to say no to your boss without sounding rude. I know people don't like this, but it depends on your phrases. See you in the next one.